Yes, yes, that will be a good one. And then your Keller Cloud setup email, that you should have gotten from Scott Leroy, and to help find it in your inbox. And that should have been sent to like your personal email. And to search your email for Keller Cloud Setup Complete. I'm going to go over a couple things on there to note because I know it can be an overwhelming email to get. And they kind of look the same too. Oh,
So I'm putting it in. No, that's not what she is at all.
but that was a good idea, like good point. Oh, that's a good point. I never thought about that one. Okay, okay. Yeah, it should be your personal email you got that from, not your KW one, because that's like what they're doing. They're setting up your KW email. Oh. Yeah, from Scott Leroy. Yeah, and it should, like, the subject of it looks something like this, like Keller Cloud Complete, your name, Market Center 350. And then when you get there, mine's a teaching example, so it doesn't look like this, but when you put in the numbers, this is how it eventually looks. Are we all there? Okay, no worries.
So I have that. No, that's this next email after.
Yeah, that's the next email after. Try typing in the search bar of Keller Cloud. I'd be surprised if you haven't. Yeah. Where is your email? Here, let's see if it's just like under this. Where is it? Oh, wait, maybe that's.
Oh, shoot.
Aha, aha.
Oh,
it's just like threaded itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you click here, like the red, click here, and then put in 350, that's our Market Center number. So anytime you're prompt for the Market Center number, it's 350. And so this is a pretty overwhelming thing to get off the jump, but I'm just going to overview things that are important for new agents on this page. So for one, right on top, this is a video that walks you through each and every login. So if you are curious about those extra logins on the page, you do have a video ready for you at any time. But if you scroll just down a little bit, starting with that first login, that is the KW Systems username and password. That's your command username and password. So when we go to agent.kw.com, I don't know if I'll ever say that the same. That's so funny. Agent.kw.com to get to command. This is that login we're going to use to log in. Same with the app that we're going to download later too. So that first login might be the most important login because it's command, tech-wise. Right next to it, we have our email login. Is everyone signed into their email? Okay. Are you also signed into your email on your phone? Perfect. Oh, you guys are just ahead of the game. Love it. Yes. Well, we can always set that up. And that would just be set up under your settings, like if you want it to be. So a couple ways. You could get the Gmail app on your phone. I might recommend that because your KW email is a G Suite account or a Google Workspace. So it just works better with the Gmail platform. You can connect it to your mail app on your phone though too, if that's like your centralized spot. And just a heads up, it being a Google Workspace account, that does mean you have access to all the Google tools. So you have access to Google Drive. You can set up a YouTube account with your KW email. So anything with Google related services, you have access to most of them. I will say there's a few tools that you cannot use with your KW email. For example, like Google Wallet. I don't know how often that's used, but it's just something you can't use with the KW email. Scrolling down a bit on the setup to your command website. So if you click on that URL, let me do that in a different tab. Scott Leroy Marketing, when they do your setup, they set up your website for you. So in regards to like branding your website, you don't need to do anything. It's already set up for you. Just some things to note with your URL, if you are getting that printed on business cards, for example, as a new agent. Your URL, unless you have a domain name that you purchase separately, like from GoDaddy, your URL does not work with www dot in front of it. So if you're getting that printed on your business cards, just be sure that you are putting it like so, like your first last name .kw.com. Because if they try to go to W, this happens. So it just does not work with that www dot in front of it. Also, something to note is that extra dot in there, that .kw.com. I just have seen agents, it's kind of hard and it's missed sometimes. So it doesn't just work with .com at the end. You have to put the extra .kw.com. Now, if you do purchase a domain name, which I might recommend for your website, that would work with .com, like with your regular domain. And that starts usually at like $12 a year. So if you're going to invest anything in your website, like sometimes we get agents come in on their first appointment is like, I want to buy a custom website. And those are like $5,000. I would not recommend that's a good ROI for especially out the gate, because your websites are super functional. So they pull right from the MLS, any brokerage anywhere across the nation. So if you have like contacts in New York, you can still send them your website and they're able to search based off their current location. So the functionality of it is very good. And just those couple notes with the URL. No, it feeds from all the MLSs. Yeah. And it syncs faster than Zillow. So just as a script for using your website instead, it actually syncs quicker than Zillow does. So great websites. You're right. It's not SEO friendly, especially with that .kw.com. It groups all the other .kw.coms. So another really great reason to get a domain name so you're not clumped in there. But I will say these are newer websites with a cool new function on adding blog posts very easily to it, which is also great for SEO to get, raised on Google for other things than real estate. Oh, sorry. Search engine optimization, AKA just like how far on Google you rise up. Yeah, just threw out an SEO. All right, jumping back to the setup. The last thing I want to point out here, it's going to be down a little bit, and I don't think he has it on here, is your DocuSign login. So that's another thing that we're going to look at today, make sure that you're all connected to your forms and everything. But I believe right next to Homekeeper is where you're going to see your login. So just mentally note that, and we're going to use that in a bit. Okay. So before we jump into Command, I do want to talk through just who is Scott Leroy, because they are the people who did your setup. And that is one of their main services they provide for market centers, is that they onboard people and optimize their technology. But I do want you to know that they are an extra technology resource. So for one, their email support is top notch. So if you ever email support@scottleroymarketing.com or even reply to this email, they respond to questions within 10 minutes. So they are like super quick KW tech questions. Anything you think of, shoot them an email. They're going to be able to either do it for you for free or send you a video on how to do it. And again, they're free. So it's a great technology resource to utilize. Some other things they do, just in case you're like wondering what they're doing exactly. So like I'm on the kwbresources.com website, which is our internal site. Under tech resources, you're going to find a lot of our resources, like our tech calendar and stuff. But also under tech resources is Scott Leroy Marketing, so that we can go right to their website. So the main section that you utilize on this website is agent resources. So if we click on this tab, it's going to prompt for our market center number, which again is 350. You can check this box so you never have to put that in again and click login. And then once we put in our market center number, this turns into like a drop down with extra options here. So one, they have live trainings every day. They also record all the trainings. So you can find the recordings under trainings as well. They have a great YouTube page. And what's so great about Scott Leroy is that it's all command related. So there's limited information out there about KW specific technology, and that's what they specialize in. They don't, yeah, nothing in the MLS, only in command. Oh, yes, yes, sorry, yeah. And then they do have templates available as well, some free template options, and they are updating these very frequently now. So just an extra option here. Like email signatures, let's click on it because they actually keep rolling out new ones. I keep getting emails. So they have some leadership ones, but some agent templates, they have like listings, social posts, some email signatures, and they are adding to it. So that's something else they provide. But the main thing I want to click here is agent support. This will give you a list of all the things they're able to do for free for you. So these are all linked to just forms of the things they would need to set this up, but everything on this page is free. So even if you were just to look through this page so you are familiar with things that you don't need to know how to do, that you can just outsource and leverage that so that you're not wasting your time on any of that. So one of the main things as a new agent might be is you might get a new headshot during this time or a new biography that you update. Maybe you decide to get a Google phone number. Any updates like that to your contact information, you can either go right here. So we're under agent resources, agent support, and this would prompt you to fill out a form, or you could just shoot them an email. Again, it's support@scottleroymarketing.com. All they would need is the item that you want to change. So like your headshot attached and your command login, and they'll do it all throughout the technology. So you don't need to know where to switch that out. I don't know if they set it up, but they definitely have videos on how. Yeah. Zapier, feel free to meet with us. We can talk through Zapier. I know enough to be dangerous. Yeah. Where are you trying to zap from? Right. They do have, Command has its own platform called like API Nation that does do syncs. Now it talks to only like the select platforms like Google, Brivity, things like that. But we could always check to see if that's a sync that would be available. Yeah. I'm sure you got a full list. Yeah, exactly. It's all about automating. Let's see here. Okay, so now we are going to jump into Command, which again, we can just jump into like a new tab if you would like, and go to agent.kw.com. Yeah, agent. And this would be a good one to bookmark if you haven't already, because we'll be going here a lot. And for the username and password, again, it's that first username and password on your setup sheet. But let me know if anyone has any issues signing in. And yeah, we're going to talk through the 5 top things to do in Command to get it all set up. It's already set up. I mean, Scott Leroy does the setup, but to get it optimized, let's say. All right. One, this is not on the list, but I like to always touch on this. So your home page here. So these are just pulling widgets from like specific menu items on the left-hand side. And your screen might look different, and that's because we can customize our home screen in the top right corner. I believe by default for new agents, these are all selected, but in case they're not, you can select all of them or deselect anyone you don't want to see. And one thing I really like to do, I think by default, the recent leads are at like near the bottom. I think that's very important, of course. So if you click and drag those 6 dots, you can pull that right up to the top. Ooh, most that's new. Well, it's a new section. And then if you click apply, that will save your view for these widgets. In the top right corner, you're going to see a bell icon. These are your notifications. So when you have a red dot in there, that lets you know you have a new notification. And you can also see your read and unread notifications. So you can see all of them right from that bell icon. So one of the top things to do is to have both apps downloaded. So we're going to switch to the phone here. Does everyone have the apps downloaded? There are two. There's a KW Command app and a KW Buy and Sell app. Let me pull up. They look really similar. Okay, so I would recommend downloading both, and I'll overview both. Let me go to my app store. And if you need it downloaded, if you go into your app store, Google Play Store, and search Keller Williams, the sponsored one will be realtor.com. But if you scroll right beneath it, we're looking for KW Real Estate, the white app with a red KW, and then the KW Command, which is the red app with the white KW. So let's start off with the red app with a white KW, so the KW Command app. So when it prompts you to log in, we're going to log in with the same login that we use on a desktop. So the KW Command app is just a mobile view of Command. So we can sign in here. And the first thing it will pop up will be like the TCPA rules. So just press OK. So with this app, one of the main reasons I like to have it downloaded is so that we can allow notifications that would go to your desktop also to come on your phone, because I always have my phone. So I would see this notification way more often than signing in. Also, to touch on that, that notification bell icon is on this app as well. It's one of those icons, so we can see our notifications right from the app. But under the home page here, there's a couple things hiding in your name up at the top. So if you click on your name, there's going to be My Business Card. So this is a cool little tool. So if you're ever on the go and you don't have a business card on you, and you want them to capture your information very easily, you can pull up your app, pull up your business card, and if they scan it, they're going to be able to click Save Contact and save all your contact information right to their phone with just a click. So I really like that one. I think that's cool. Correct. It's just a contact, like a V card file. Let's see. Yeah, I like that one. Also, up by your name is the Share My KW app link. So what that is sharing is actually the other app, which is that white one with the red KW. And what this app is to allow your clients to search for homes on the go. So kind of, exactly, yep. Yep. So like kind of, yeah, think of like the Zillow app kind of deal. So they can search based off their current locations, see all the homes around them. But why it's so key to share this app like through the Command app, like share my, is because then it will share the consumer app branded to you, meaning when they sign up on the app, the lead goes right into Command, and then you're going to be able to see all the things they're favoriting and collecting on the app right from Command as well. So that's why it's key to share it this way, because it's your branded URL. Yes, and that's important.
Just that without actually signing up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, let's jump there real fast while we're talking about it. So yes, man, you know a lot about the computer tech. Well, that's awesome. If at the very least you're learning a ton. Yeah, that's a huge win. Well, that's what we're here for. So yeah, where we can update this setting is going to be in the website section. And then under settings on the top white toolbar. And then scroll to the very bottom. And by default, I think it's unrestricted, but we can select which I recommend the 2 properties view. That way they can kind of get their foot in the door, see the value you can provide with your app, and then it will prompt them to sign up. But of course, totally based off your preference. And so with that consumer app, so the white one, just a heads up, if you're ever prompted to sign up on that app, you don't have a login as an agent. So like if it does prompt you, you can sign up pretending you're a client, and then so you can see what they would see. But if you're ever prompted for that on the app or on your website, the login button, that is for your clients to sign up and log in on, not you. You sign into Command to access all the back end stuff. Yeah, you can use it. You can, yeah, sign up on the app just with any email. Yeah, as a pretend client. I mean, I'm signed up on the app, so when I'm on vacation, I'm like, ooh. Yeah, it could, yeah, personal email. It could be your work email, as long as like it's not duplicated in Command, it would allow you to sign up again. So jumping back to the Command app now, which is again the red one in the agent view. We're gonna do something in here. We're going to import our contacts if we haven't already from our phone, or at least show you the steps on how to do that so that you can do that when you're ready. So how to do that is we're gonna go to the contact section on the bottom, which is the second icon on the bottom. And we're gonna click on the 3 dots in the top right, and then import contacts. So if you're just doing this for the first time, it's going to be like, allow access to my contacts, and click allow. And then at this point, there's a couple ways we could go about it. We could either do select all on the top and deselect anyone we don't want added to Command, or if you want to be very picky or just choose who you want to add to Command, you can also just select who you want added. I will say if you import them into Command, nothing gets sent to them like by you adding them. It just gives you an opportunity to mark it to them if you would like. So if you'd like my recommendation, I would recommend putting everyone into Command. And then you can clean them. So you can clean them up in Command if you would like. Or my other recommendation would be to kind of clean your phone up a little bit before the import. So like go through and see if you can add emails, because like a lot of times your phone contacts only have phone numbers. So see which contacts you're able to add some contact information to before importing it. So totally up to you what you feel comfortable with. Like if you feel comfortable like scrubbing on your phone, I would recommend scrubbing first and then importing, or you can scrub within Command. Would you like to go through those steps again on how to import our contacts though? Or we feel good? Phew. Heck yeah. Mhm. Yes, you can. Yeah. Your personal phone number. And I really like to do it through the app because then it will all be tracked in Command. So any contact I have a phone number for, it's going to like light up the phone icon. And once I click on it, I'm able to call with my phone number. But what's cool is when I hang up, it will prompt me to add activity. Yep, so I could say, okay, did I talk to him? Did I leave a voicemail? Okay, what did we talk about? So if you talked about your kid joining a cheerleading team, next time that's gonna pop up and you can be like, hey, how's Sally doing on the cheerleading team, kind of deal. So I do like calling through the app. That being said, as you're meeting new people, I would also recommend, and this is a total habit relearner, to actually add them to the Command app instead of your phone contacts. And the reason is because if we're meeting someone on the go, and these steps are, we can click that plus icon and click add a contact. Now, the only thing a contact needs to have to go into Command is a name. But of course, grab as much information as you can from them. Test. And then once you click save in the top right, that's going to create that contact in Command. But then once we click save, we're going to get those 3 dots in the top right too. And there's going to be an extra option to save contact to phone. So that way, if you're adding them to the Command app first and you do that, it's just like kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. We can add them to both places. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't think so. I think it would show random, so you would have to do that extra click to add them to your phone too. I mean, it would just be an extra 2 taps because it would save like their name and everything. So we could just click done here so that you would get that caller ID. Yeah, good question. Okay. Um, do you guys have an idea of what you're going to do with your phone contacts? Are you planning to clean them up first and then input? I know. It does contact. So that's why I like putting them into command. It does allow you, like if you were to just put them into command first, you could then go through and tag them, like to group them together to kind of identify a top 20% that you would want to start your process on, because you're so right. The scrubbing process is annoying and tedious.
I didn't do just for
Mhm.
I just kind of, scroll through and pick the ones that I wanted to import,
Mhm.
and I've done it that way. That's well,
Yeah.
one layer. That's like
Yeah.
for my, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, right. And two, we get a lot of feedback like, oh, I don't want to add so-and-so. We haven't talked in X years. I don't want to annoy them. Just keep in mind that like, okay, even if they aren't looking to buy or sell right now, they might have an aunt's friend's daughter ready to buy. And for money, I mean, it's worth it. Like to kind of like that's part of the business side is to it's a kind of a numbers game too. So just keep that in mind. Try not to be too picky with your contacts. Just because it does give you the opportunity. Again, nothing gets automatically sent. It just gives that opportunity to you to market to them if you see the chance. Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. So within command, go up to your name in the top right and go to the settings section. So within the settings section, there's a few things that we can connect up here. And your screen might look a little different than mine because my connected apps are up top. So I'm going to end on DocuSign. Let's start with Facebook. So command does allow you to, through Facebook business pages, schedule out posts in advance. So for example, you wanted to sit down on the first of the month and schedule that out for the entire month, quarter, schedule out all the holidays for the year. Command has that tool so that you can schedule out in advance to Facebook and Instagram, and those are business pages. So you do need to have a business page in order to utilize any tools in command. And I can kind of walk through the business page side. And also in command, you can run paid ads. So what paid ads are like versus like scheduling out on social media, when you schedule out and you post something, that only gets in front of your followers or friends. But if you run a paid ad, and the reason it's paid is because we're getting in front of not just your friends, we can target geographic locations. So for example, we had an agent with a big land property that we targeted New York and California because they don't have much land up there, and got a good amount of leads just from targeting certain areas with those ads. And now typically they're like, we recommend $35 to $50 ads. So they are a more cost-effective way to reach unmets versus like postcards, for example. Yeah, the postcards you can do in command as well. That's one of my favorite tools in command. You can actually like circle the neighborhood you want to send postcards to, and command has the ability to do the postage and send out to your postcard to wherever you want to target. It's another really cool tool just to more note that it's available for you, and then book an appointment with us and we can talk through the how. So does everyone in here have a business Facebook page? Okay. So yeah, I would recommend having a Facebook page. One, of course, so we can utilize commands tools, but also as a marketing perspective, it does brand you as like a credible business and professional business if you have a page on top of it. Don't judge me for my username. I was like 12 when I thought of it. So if you do need to create a business page, the steps on how to do that is on the left-hand side of Facebook. When we sign in, we can click see more. And what we're looking for is this orange flag for pages. Now in the middle of your screen, it's gonna be any of your pages you have set up. Yeah, you can have a page set up for any business you have, all separated. And we can create a new page right here as well. And then it's just gonna prompt you like for your contact information. The one thing I will note is with like the name of your page, I might recommend having your first and last name of Keller Williams Realty. That will just save you all for all compliance purposes. You won't even have to worry about like getting in trouble compliance wise if you have that in your title. Also, I recommend just doing like Keller Williams Realty versus Ballantyne area, because a lot of people will be like, oh, she only works in Ballantyne just because that's your office name, which of course is not true. So once you have your Facebook page set up, your business page set up, you're going to be able to connect this to this post scheduling setting in command. It will say connect account to the far right of your Facebook account. And it will just prompt you to sign in to your Facebook. So it might be easiest just to have Facebook in another tab, because then it will auto sign you in. LinkedIn is not something we can do in command. We do recommend having LinkedIn and a optimized LinkedIn profile just for anyone who uses that as their primary social media. But unfortunately, there's not anything we can do in commands system with LinkedIn. We do recommend it. Yeah, separately. Yeah. Yeah, we do have a Canva account with KW. It's less synced together. Like, so you would just download the file in Canva and then just bring it into command so you could schedule it out. Now, do you have a pro account for Canva? I have seen that there's a scheduler in Canva. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I mean, that might be more centralized, especially Canva has options for LinkedIn and those. So that might, we use Canva like crazy. So we love Canva. Yeah, it's so great. I feel like it's very user friendly. Yeah, I have a great time. I bet they do. You don't give yourself enough credit. Yeah, they're out there. That's right. That's what it's all about. Get yourself out there. So with Facebook post scheduling, you can also hook up Instagram post scheduling. And if we connect an account here, it's going to prompt you to sign into Facebook. And as long as your Instagram and Facebook account are talking to each other, you can sync that, or you can connect that too. But again, this does have to be a business Instagram account. And while we're touching on that, if you are switching your Instagram account to a business account, because it is less like Facebook, where like Facebook, we build a page on top of our account. Instagram, you just switch your existing account to a business account. Nothing really changes other than like a button gets added to your profile to contact you if you are, but you do have to select a category, and I would recommend selecting entrepreneur so that you have access to all the music. Mm-hmm.
Thinking and linking.
Mm-hmm.
So same things on both places, because not everybody goes to both.
Yep.
Or both, like, is that a duplicate? Like,
Yeah, no, that's recommended that you put it across all channels, because with your audience, yeah, and it's the same content at both places, because your audience is going to get their news in different places, whether they be email people or social media. And if I'm social media, like I'm more social, I don't get on Facebook though. So you could post all day on Facebook and I would never see it, versus Instagram, I would get to see it. So it's just based off, yeah, your audience's preference, and that's why it's important to get it out everywhere. No, yeah, you're right. Like on LinkedIn, yeah, you can post the same exact thing. Like when we post for our clients, we post the same thing on, yeah, on all the places. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about getting out there everywhere. Hmm. LinkedIn. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Great. Yeah. And then also on the setting page, the last setting I want to touch on here is that command email. It's near the bottom under email services. And if you click manage to the far right, I just want to confirm that this email is one that you check or one that you're using in your business. As any emails you send from command, that will be the email it gets back to. And just a heads up, as a KW agent, you get to send out 5,000 emails for free every month, and that restarts on the first of the month. Right? Oh, hit me. Yep.
And there's a way to import your contacts from your phone to your command. Is there a way to import your, for argument's sake, personal Gmail emails to your command?
Yes, and I'm really glad you asked that question, because that is one of the services Scott Leroy can do for free. So Scott Leroy, they can import 5 spreadsheets per agent per month. So wherever your contacts are sitting, whether they be in Gmail or any other platform, if you just get that exported onto a spreadsheet and send that to support@scottleroymarketing.com, they're going to be able to import into command for you within 24 hours. No, that's great questions.
Do you have to create your own spreadsheet, or can you just upload your emails to a spreadsheet?
Yeah, like how to export it from Gmail. Yeah. Yes. So within Gmail, if we go to the 9 dots in the top right, we can go to contacts. I have like no contacts in here. Yes. And you can also get there by going to contacts.google.com, whichever one works. And then hold on, let me go through these steps so I know them. Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, 9 dots, contacts. Oh wait, no. Go to the those 9. Perfect. Oh, sorry. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Sorry. And while we're on contacts, so command does recognize duplicates based off email and phone number. So if you try to like put the same phone number twice, like the same contact with the same phone number twice, it won't allow it. It will just skip it, which is great. However, this can be a little difficult if you are importing from your phone and then exporting from your Gmail, because typically you have phone numbers on your phone and your emails are there. Now there is a way to merge those together within command, but it's a little manual of of clicking through and clicking merge on each of them. Just something to note with like that's how like this may cause some duplicates in there because there's an email for one contact and a phone number for another. But I'll walk through how to like merge. Oh, okay. Yes, okay, and then go to the 9 dots and go to contacts, that little person. Perfect. And then from here, like hover over a contact and like check a checkbox next to one of them. And then once you check one of them, like there's gonna be a top checkbox that appears at the very top. And like a drop down, like we can click that drop down and do all. Like it's that little arrow right next to one selected. And then all. Wait, I think you right clicked on it. Perfect. Okay, and then click all. And then from here, the 3 dots on the right hand side and export. And I think you right clicked on it. And so, and Google CSV is perfect. So let's just click export now. And be like Google contacts so that we know what this is on our computer. And then this is the file that we can attach to an email to Scott Leroy with our login, and they'll be able to do the full import. So that's one of my favorite things they do for us. Oh yeah, did it down or did it down? Yeah, there it is. So this is going to be a spreadsheet that opens up. So we just need to attach that file to the to an email to Scott Leroy, and just put your command login in there. Now, when you send that over, they're going to reply with just like your approval, just to make sure it all looks good. Just be on the lookout. Yeah, they're going to be able to do it. I know that used to be my job at Scott Leroy, so yeah, it was so fun. I was the contacts gal. Yeah, yeah, I think you're so right. It's like they have its own contact section on for the Gmail or for the Apple, I mean. And I less know those steps, but I can look into those steps. Okay, great. I think so too. I think, yeah, I think so too. Merging that we need to do. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like having all the contacts in command, but I know everyone's different. Like, so like a lot agents like it cleaner or just like less of a mess, I guess. It causes a little bit of a mess. Yeah, then you would in command. Put them in. Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah, that's true. Like, yeah, because it would, yeah, if you do an email blast, you could select all your contacts and kind of blast anything out. So, I mean, I did have an agent do that, but then was like, oh no, I sent it to like someone she didn't want to. So like, if you do have people in there, I would, recommend. So I just think everyone's different with their contacts. So I think it's kind of based off what you want to do with that. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to jump just a little bit, and we're going to jump into DocuSign just to make sure our forms are connected. So when we do have a deal, we're not like, where are our forms? So in a new tab, if you go to, okay, well, if you go to, I think it's rooms. They changed this recently. Hold on. Yes. Okay, yeah. So if you go to rooms.docusign.com, so instead of just going to docusign.com, you go to rooms.docusign.com. What? Yeah, rooms with an S, like ROOMS. This is going to log you into the real estate side of DocuSign. So you'll see like the e-signature side of DocuSign a lot, but we as a KW real estate agent use rooms.docusign.com. I do this to myself every time. I don't have a login to DocuSign, and I always plan to make one so I can show you guys the steps, but I just know the steps off the top of my head. So. Okay, I mean, this is fine. We can get to the room side. So if you click on your profile, oh, yeah, and then we'll switch to rooms. You can get there if you sign in that way, but this will just bring you directly there. Your document, gotcha. Rooms. Yeah, rooms.doc, yep. Perfect. Okay, yeah, never mind. Let's go to DocuSign.com, and then I can switch you there. Yes, you can, and that's typically the way we're going to go about it.
Where do I find DocuSign? It says it's connected.
It's kind of, you have to have an opportunity created in order to access it from command. Okay, so maybe it's the one right above it.
here?
No, the handshake one. Perfect. And then if you go to,
I thought it was connected.
go to all opportunities just to see if we have one.
And then I
Okay.
think I deleted it because I was like, crap, what did I just do? Okay.
Let me actually go through those steps and, well, actually, if you go to, because I want to show you like the forms auto pulling in too. So yeah, let's log into DocuSign directly with like, yeah, your KW one now. I bet it's already authorized, but if you click it again, it's not, it's gonna push you to command. Okay. And yeah, it's gonna be very code, DocuSign likes its code, so get ready for them. Yeah, it should be the same password as command too. Typically when Scott Leroy sets things up, they try to keep things consistent. Okay, nice. Now, if you're signed in, just because you're going to need to know your NERDS ID. And if you don't know your NERDS ID, there'll be a way for us to look it up. But in case you have that somewhere, if you click on your initials, and I'll go, or you're good. All right, if we click on our initials in the top right corner, I'm going to follow along with somebody and go down to my preferences. And then, oh, this looks so different. Sorry, do you mind if I jump on this? Just, is this what okay, your preferences look different, I think. Let me see your preferences. I'm gonna come back. Okay, and then integrations on the left-hand side. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna come back over. And then do add provider. And do realtor. And now this is where it's prompting for our NERDS ID, but you can also click that find your member ID and it's gonna like prompt for your email and last name. Okay, that's so weird. Oh, okay, no, I'm there now. Okay, so actually from here, we're gonna click on our names and then go to switch to rooms. And this is how we switch to that room side.
Okay.
And then we're gonna see the same options. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and click that. Yeah, go ahead. It's gonna push us into here to make sure that we're connected, which I know.
Oh, no, I'm not. I really was.
No, it is,
Oh,
it
okay.
is. It's connected. It just
Okay.
allows you to disconnect. Oh, go ahead and cancel that. And then jump back over to DocuSign. And you can just click the X to move us out of there. And then go up to your initials and do preferences. And then integrations on the left-hand side. And then add provider. And then we're gonna click the realtor one. And now this is where it's prompting for your NERDS ID, but you can click that find your member ID and it's going to like prompt for an email and your last name, I think typically. And typically it's not your KW email. It's whichever one you use to sign up for an R. You could also try, I think there's another option to try with your, North Carolina. Yeah, that one. Invalidate. Awesome. So you are connected to forms. And how are, oh, here we go. Let's go back to DocuSign and click the X. Now go up to your initials, top right. Preferences, yeah. Integrations. Oh, you're already connected. Yep. It's a good thing to check. Yeah, that's a good thing to check. Now, like, that's something you have to do just one time. So now you have access to all your forms there. You could try by last name and license number if you know it. So you will actually usually not be on the signature side, like ever. I don't even think you'll ever be there. You'll always be on the room side. And we can walk through like the basis of DocuSign and how we set that up. Because I know we went directly to rooms.com today, or rooms.docusign.com. But typically we start all transactions from command so that it can sync together and pull it in. And as long as we do a specific workflow, it will just auto pull in our forms for us. And I'm gonna kind of walk through it. I'm not signed in DocuSign, so I can't really show you to its full extent. We'll get signed in one day. But just to kind of walk through how that would go, because I did want to walk through a couple smart plans too, so this will be, well, if I have time. So in the contact section, we do need to have a contact created in order to start an opportunity. And we can also do that from the opportunity section. Contacts. I think so, either there or a conference room. They move sometimes. Oh yeah, sounds great. That's a forum one. Yeah, to make this just super fast, if we add a contact, we can add them to an opportunity here on the right-hand side of their contact profile and do create opportunity. Now there's a few things that are required, like opportunity type and the commission rate, but this can be changed at any time. So we can click create. And then once we create that, we can like click on that opportunity to bring us to the opportunity itself. And I know this is a super quick overview of this. I have a video on it too. It's on the KWB resources page. And it's the can't miss video of the week. It's this bottom one. This is commission requests. And then this is the exact walkthrough of using command with DocuSign. So that will be the video to watch, and you can watch it anytime. Oh, good deal. Yeah. If you want to book with us, click I need tech help in the top right. That's our calendar, so you can book with us whenever you can or whenever it works best for you. Yeah, that's going to be on the office calendar itself, and then as well we put it under like tech calendar too, so you can see the topic coming up too. Cool. Yeah, thanks for coming. Enjoy T group. Okay, and to kind of like finish this super fast overview, once we created that and we go to documents, the important step here is to pick a checklist type first. And as long as we do that before we click start a transaction, that's going to auto pull the forms that we need into our DocuSign room. So that's like the specific workflow of picking the checklist type first and then click start a transaction. And that start a transaction button is what syncs command to your DocuSign. And then that's why it's just really important to start your transaction from command. Yeah, and I know we only have 3 minutes here, but I do want to just touch on smart plans just a little bit because it goes above and beyond email campaigns. So smart plans does allow you to send automated emails, but it can do more than that. It can also send automated text messages and create automatic tasks for you to go call people, for example. So that's really for your system setups. A key first step, though, of course, is to have contacts in command in order to start our smart plans. Yeah. So like, for example, if you have their birthday in their contact record and set them up on the birthday smart plan, it will send them a happy birthday text automatically on your behalf, which is such a great touch. Their birthday in. Exactly. But like if you sat down one day and really focused on, like you went on Facebook and started grabbing some birthdays and put them in a command, then you could start them so that you could just automatically send them a happy birthday text on their, like that's just such a great personal automated touch. Yep. Yeah, because it does. So those automated texts, hey, they are sending from a Twilio number. So it's like a business number that you have to purchase separately. So it's not coming from your direct number, but when they do reply, it does come into command. Just a tool again to like keep noted that command can do it, and then book with us, and we can kind of talk through the pros and cons as well as set that up together. So it is an ability in there. So yeah, with the, I just want to touch on my favorite smart plan, which is the monthly neighborhood nurture. So with the monthly neighborhood nurture, you're able to send automated neighborhood emails right to their inbox once or twice a month. Let me see if I have an example. I think it's in my other email. Yeah, bummer. But so there's two things that the contact just needs to have in order to set them up on the smart plan. An email, of course, because we're emailing them, and then a neighborhood. And if they have a physical, if you add a physical address to the contact, Command will automatically know what neighborhood they live in. So the contact, if you have their address and email, you're able to set them up on this smart plan. So let me click on a contact so I can show you an example. Dr. Frankenstein, good choice. Yeah. So that was my Halloween class. So I have an email for him, which is perfect. And then if I scroll down here, I thought I had a address for him. Let me just find one with the address. Aha, okay. Yes, I have an an email. And if I scroll down here, I also added the address to his contact record as well. And because I did that, Command automatically knew the neighborhood that they live in. So if I were to want to set him up on the neighborhood nurture, I could go over to Smart Plans and click Add to Smart Plan and search for the neighborhood nurture. And now there are two, and the only difference is frequency. It's bi-weekly or monthly. So you can select your option here and start that for a specific day or start that right away. I won't do that. And then what they're going to receive every month automatically, if you set them up on the smart plan, is an email. See, I don't have, sorry, hold on. Maybe I'll just actually start myself on this so I can receive it together. Here we go. Sorry, I know I'm over. Okay, thanks. And then under add more information and additional contact information is where we're going to find that address. And then create. Oh, I already have my email in there, which won't let me because of duplicates. So let's keep trying. Okay, good. I already have a contact of myself. So now if I add myself, I'll just add myself to the bi-weekly one so I can start it. Okay, that should send in a few minutes, and so we can see that come in. Usually takes like 1 minute, but then I can show you the email. And what it's sending is, yeah, an automated email now once a month forever until I take them off that smart plan of neighborhood information. So and this is something an agent set me up on, and I check it every single month because I'm actually interested in what's going on in my neighborhood and what's for sale and things like that. And then it even allows you to like explore more from this email, and it pushes them right to your website so they can search for homes as well. Yep. Yeah, well, so there's a less manual, like one-by-one way to go about it. So that was like if you're doing a one-off contact and you wanted to add them. If you want to do that in bulk, you can always do oh, I'm searched. No, these are I really like these questions. These are great questions. So like if we check next to a checkbox, anytime we do that, an actions field will appear up here. So it won't be up there unless we check something. And if we do the top one here, it's going to select all. So, well, it will select like by default, I believe your contacts show 10 at a time. I change my show 1 of 10 to 500 so I can see like the most possible. And then if you do select all, it will do 500 at a time. And under actions, there's a ton of things we can do, but one of them is add to smart plan so that we can do that in bulk so we can add a lot at a time. Now to get extra advanced, if you wanted to know who am I able to set this plan up on right now, if we go to filters and we go to advanced up at the top right. Since we need them to have an email, we can do primary email is not empty, add a filter, and then do neighborhoods is not empty. So this is saying it's going to pull all contacts with an email and a neighborhood. So those are people that can be set up. And once we click apply, these are all the people I could set up on. So that at this point I could do select all and know that they would actually receive it. Yes. And let me see if I got that email now. It does. It's just in a different section. It's in your report section of command, and you're going to be able to see like click rates from here. It is by like month, but you're able to like do view details and see like who all opened it, clicked it, and whatnot. I don't know why this is coming over. I was really wanting to show you. I know. It's really cool. I swear. And I don't know. Yeah. I know, right? It's gonna come as soon as I like end class. Ooh, if I know my other login, I could really show you. Let's all find out together. Yeah, knowing them all is like. Wow, yeah, and first time. Wow, I did not expect that, to be honest. Yeah, until I can't even find it still. Here's my email. Okay. This is what it gets sent. So it's branded with your information up here, and then it fills in the contact's name, and then here's my neighborhood report. So I get like a current and sold CMA. I see what properties are for sale, and then when I click explore here, this pushes me right to his website, the agent's website. I can see, what locals have to say about it. I can see what nearby schools are. I can calculate my commute time to work. Like, it's a very valuable page. And they, I have agents that are like, oh, I used to receive that and thought they created a custom email for me. And little did they know, all you needed was their email and address, and this is automatic. So this is my favorite smart plan in the system. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so as you're going through your contacts, if you are able to like get addresses in there, this is one of the main reasons I would say to do that so that you can start these kind of plans. They can. There's an unsubscribe on all of them. Mhm. Yep. They have an unsubscribe at the bottom, and they're able to either unsubscribe from that specific campaign or all emails from command. And once they do that, there's nothing you have to do as the agent, like command automatically like blacklists that email. So it just like won't let you send anything to them. So they do have that option to always unsubscribe. Yeah. So yeah, as you're getting your contacts together, because that's typically as a new agent, the first push is your contacts, because it's again a tedious process, a long process to get them updated. So as you are updating your contacts, the 5 things we recommend to grab with your contacts are a primary email, a primary phone, and a physical address, and then bonus points for a birthday and a home anniversary. Because again, those smart plans, like with birthday, we can send them a happy birthday text automatically. Same kind of deal with the home anniversary, less of a text, but it does have the ability to like remind you to go reach out for that key date. So if you are cleaning up your contacts, those are the things I would recommend trying to grab. And I know, again, that's a lot. So even if you were to kind of eye through your contacts and identify a top 10% to start with, whether that be hot leads or hot referrals, so that you can not be so overwhelmed with this process and start slow and build on there. But yeah. Any other questions I can answer? I know I threw a lot at you, but we have appointments that you can book. Yeah.
with DocuSign situation,
Mhm.
I were trying to use it to, because you have to create an opportunity in order to get paid,
Yes.
right? If I were looking to do a referral form, is that something that I would look for in DocuSign, or if I would just print it and fill it out and then just upload my part and email it, and then when it came back signed, then upload it into an opportunity?
I mean, I think you can do this from DocuSign, like electronically, which sounds easier to me. Like, I think the referral form's in there. I would have to check with Leah. She's more of the DocuSign expert. But I think that that form should be in DocuSign so that you can like upload it right to command.
So I tried to go into DocuSign, I'm only asking this because I still have to pick buyer, seller, is that, there's not a referral button.
Yeah, but is the client a buyer or a seller?
So I'm referring,
Them out though, like a buyer or a seller. But like they still would be one or the other, right? Like they're either selling or both. So yeah, so opportunities, you like, let's say you have a client that you're selling their house and buying a new one. For that example, you would have two opportunities because opportunities you create based off address. Yeah, like so, the address. So you would like in that example, one contact, but with two opportunities because they're two separate addresses. I don't know if that answered your question at all.
I'm not sure exactly.
I-
That I'm asking.
I think though, if you're clicking a checklist, because that spot, I think either if you check sale or list, I think either way, you're gonna have a referral form in there that gets pulled in. And if not, do you know how to add forms to your room?
No,
Okay.
I tried to do that. If I added it, I have to drop and drag boxes out, or I can't put it in.
You can, as long as you pick a DocuSign interactive form, you don't have to do that. So like, let's just go into a room. Yeah.
Like you might see, I might have tried.
Okay, cool. Are any of these tests?
Well, they're all kind of tests because I
Okay.
didn't get it to go.
I'll just do it like this. So if we do over to documents. Hey, there it is. Oh, that's a PDF though.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, you would have to, but if you do add and then DocuSign forms,
Okay.
these are all the interactive ones.
Okay.
Now, I don't know where to look from here. Okay, I'm gonna try, so there's a few different libraries. Oh.
There it is. Okay, so then what do I do?
So you select the one, and again, this is a little outside my knowledge range because I don't know forms.
What about the difference? Let's just pretend it's that.
Okay, wait, oh, this one was revised in 2008, maybe this one, because it was 2024. And then add selected. And that blue icon lets you know that, oops, sorry, that is an interactive form, so we can type directly on it and send it right from DocuSign. Yeah, and also just to know, and I don't know if this was said already, like when you're making your changes on it, be sure that we click save and close before we move it into an envelope, just so all our info saves.
Great, so it doesn't automatically.
I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't, and then we're just always like, it should, but then sometimes it doesn't, and I don't want you to lose your work. That would be sad. So just, yeah, definitely. Hope that helps. Yay.
Duplicate it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it's all. Well, where was that? Where was it? Well, you can always shoot us an email and we got you. We're here for it. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Scott Leroy made that for you. Yeah, so if you send them your headshot and you ask them to put it, they'll send it back with it and update it. No, not at all. Like I've seen that, and I honestly don't like that they do that because yeah, it's like why? Just make it like without that.
Well, I know. I was like, I just haven't been ready to send that. I'll send it.
Okay, sounds great. And yeah, let us know if you have any other questions or feel free to book with us. The KWB resources, I need tech help in the top right corner. You can book with us for a 30-minute appointment. We can break down anything. So if you have something you find in command, you're like, I want to learn about that, feel free to book with us and we can break it down, do things together. You seem very savvy and like you're killing it. So
Somebody could thought I could knock out.
it always takes longer than I feel like than expected. Thank you though for those coming online. Thank you.